Welcome to Distress to Joyful, Bailey's Way. I'm your host, Bailey Raber, here to enlighten you and the rest of the world about one of the most misunderstood mental health disorders out there, bipolar disorder. In each episode, we'll learn more about my personal journey with bipolar 2 disorder, how I've struggled with it, and how I've learned to overcome those struggles. Together, we'll laugh, we'll cry, and most importantly, we'll have fun. You'll leave each episode feeling hopeful and stocked full of useful information on how you can better yourself and the world around you. Hello, friends. I am so excited to be back again this week. Was it last week? I can't even keep up with things anymore. Life is moving so fast in a good way. And definitely a good way nowadays. No longer a bad way. like last episode if you tuned in. So a couple announcements before we get started. I am so excited to tell you guys about an interview I recently had on the Mentally Kill project with Christy Knuble. Y'all, Christy is a comedian. She's hilarious, and we had so much fun. So in the interview, we talked about me and my journey with bipolar disorder, but at the same time, Christy has borderline personality disorder, BPD. And she and I kind of talked about the similarities and the differences in that versus bipolar disorder. Guys, it's no wonder that BPD gets mixed up with bipolar disorder all the time because they are so similar, but there are some very key differences between the two. So go ahead and either head on over to the show notes or click the link. If you're on YouTube, then you can see the link down in the comments for the episode with me and Christy on the Mentally Kill project. You don't want to miss it. It's chocked full of laughs and information and just a lot of fun. Like I said, Christy's a comedian. I'm pretty funny sometimes, so it's good. It's a lot of fun, and you guys don't want to miss out. So go check that out. Also, I don't think I have been able to mention this to you guys, but I am going back to India next month. Next month is actually about to happen. It's about to be December. But I'm recording this podcast on Monday the 28th, and I literally fly out 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. I'm so excited. I'm super pumped. I am telling you this not because it's going to affect the podcast, because it won't. Like, I'm getting my shit together. I'm getting back in line with things now that I'm not swamped with way too many fucking projects like a wild, crazy person last month and the month before. So it's not going to affect the podcast at all, but it will affect my Etsy shop. So if you guys were looking to support your girl and purchase a few of the handmade items that are in my Etsy shop for Christmas gifts or anything like that, you only have until December 11th, and not even all day December 11th. Like, I'm going to cut things off probably around like noon or so, meaning you better get there as fast as you can. The longer you wait, the longer it will take things to ship. I am not in control of the shipping, USPS. That's who this goes through. I'm not in control of them. I don't know. I can't do anything. And if something happens and it takes longer, that's not my fault. So you guys keep that in mind as the holiday season comes up for anywhere that you purchase things from. But especially, guys, with small businesses, dude, give them some grace. And please remember that they are not in charge of when your stuff arrives at your house. All they can do is send it out once you have ordered it. After that, it's out of their control. So remember, shop small and give them grace if things don't go the way as planned. It's hard to be a small business. I know that from experience. And these people are just trying to make it like me. So show some love to small businesses, support local, and yeah, that's all I got for that. So if you guys are tuning in on your regular listening platform, and you didn't tune into the most recent episode before this one, then you still might not know that I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I've started a YouTube channel where I'm actually filming myself talking right now. So if you're interested in seeing what my face looks like or seeing my facial expressions and my reactions and all of that, Y'all, I'm super expressive. That's why I'm doing this, because I know that I can sometimes be a trip. People think I'm really funny just because I can't hide my face. Like, I can't. Like, if I'm feeling something, you will see it all right here. I also cry a lot on this podcast, which I haven't done yet since I've started recording my face. So that'll be interesting when that does happen. But in case you don't believe me that I'm actually crying and you think I might be faking it, well, YouTube is your opportunity to, double check the facts. Anyways, yeah, so YouTube is also another way if you have some friends or family that you really want them to listen to an episode, but maybe they don't have access to Apple Podcast or Spotify or Stitcher. YouTube is free. YouTube is free, and this is another way to just spread the word and spread some positivity and light and this podcast, because I enjoy this and I hope you guys are too. So go ahead and make sure you go onto YouTube. Just look for What is Hey Bales Doing? That is my tagline. I will put it in the episode notes or like the episode description if you're listening on a podcast platform. It's also going to be in the show notes. But yeah, just tune in, support your girl, hit subscribe. And there's going to be more than just me and the podcast. That will be a big chunk of it. But I'm also going to add some other things, DIY, travel, all the crazy fun stuff I get myself into. So, all right, let's go ahead and move into today's episode titled, Dude, What's Your Problem? So this is a topic that I have chosen to speak about, and most of this will be coming from the heart. I do have my little bullet points over here to make sure I stay on track this time, because I don't know if I did so great with that last time. Y'all can be the judge. But this is something that I've realized that I don't just struggle with, but I probably have come off like as an asshole to people before, not meaning to whatsoever. And I'm sure you guys have encountered assholes. And the thing is, you don't know their story. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what they're feeling, what happened that day. And so this right here is me, like this is my opportunity to explain what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, why I act like this towards total strangers sometimes. And maybe it'll help you guys give a little bit more grace to people when they do this to you. And this is also a reminder for me to give grace to people, because sometimes I get pissed off when people are assholes to me. I mean, it's really easy to. It's really easy to. So the gist of it, guys, is with my bipolar disorder, I feel things intensely. I just do. I feel all emotions super intense, and the good emotions like happy and excited, and I need an emotion wheel. I don't really have any more emotions than that right now. We're good. But all the good emotions, when I feel those, I feel them so strong, and everybody around me can feel the energy, and they love it, and they love being around me when I'm like this. And I don't blame them, because it's really fucking awesome. It really is. But the downside to that is when I feel negative emotions, everybody feels those too, because I feel them intensely, and I just put off this energy out there, and it's not so great, and it's not fun, and nobody likes it. I don't even fucking like it. Like, nobody likes it. So what'll happen is, let's say that I had a really stressful day at work. Let's say that something happened and I'm upset and I'm frustrated and things just weren't going the way I had hoped, and I'm angry. And I leave work and I go to Starbucks for some reason, because I don't drink coffee in the daytime. I don't drink it past 9 a.m. But let's just say I'm going to Starbucks. Good example. I haven't even ordered yet, but I walk in and I'm just angry. I'm like, pulling that door open real fucking hard, like trying to rip it off its hinges, which I might be able to do one day. I don't know. Just kidding. But I am storming in there, and the person behind the counter is happy, and they're pleasant, and they're like, how are you doing? Like, what can I get for you? And I just give an asshole response. Maybe I order something and I just sound pissed. Like, I sound pissed. I sound like I'm mad at this dude. Let's say they run out of almond milk. Oh my God, I will be pissed if they run out of almond milk. So they tell me they're out of almond milk, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I would literally say that to a stranger behind the counter. I will cuss at them, not purposely, not because I'm trying to belittle them. I just cuss all the time. I sprinkle in cuss words all the fucking time. You guys probably know that. But if I'm upset about what happened earlier that day, my tone is going to be shit. My tone is going to sound angry. It's going to sound frustrated. It's going to sound mean. I'm going to say, are you fucking kidding me? And it's not going to sound like I just said it right now. It's going to sound like I am pissed at that person standing in front of me for telling me that they're out of almond milk, like it's their fucking fault. And that's the thing. I'm not mad at this person. I'm really not that super mad about almond milk. Like, I'll get over it. I'll pick soy milk. I'll be fine. The thing is, whatever happened earlier in the day has set me off and has set me into this mood where I'm just fucking pissed at the world. Anybody who crosses my path is going to get this fired at them. Even though it has nothing to do with them. It literally has nothing to do with them. I'm mad about what happened earlier. I just haven't been able to shake it yet. And so now it's trickling out and bleeding into everything else. And I'm not excusing this behavior, guys. I'm just letting you know that I'm not saying that this is okay. I should not be yelling at the person at Starbucks because they ran out of almond milk. Like, that's not their fault. And sitting here right now, level-headed, I know that. But in the moment, if I'm still, fuming from something that happened earlier, sometimes I can't control it. I can't control the anger. I can't control the rage or whatever that's built up inside of me because it is overwhelming and overpowering me. It is so intense, guys. Like, if y'all do not have bipolar disorder, it is really, really, really difficult to explain this in a way that makes perfect sense. And it sucks and it's frustrating, but I really do truly hope that you kind of get the idea of where I'm going for here. Like, I just can't contain it. I can't. Like I said, it sucks and I wish it could. I wish I could control this. And sometimes I can, but sometimes I can't. And when that occurs, I'm yelling at this person behind the counter. They've got one of two ways to handle this. So they could take this personally. They could get upset. They could feel like, oh my God, like, why is this person such an asshole to me? Like this, like, I didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. And they could get mad and be an asshole back to me as a customer, or they could get sad and like shut down, like, who knows? Either way, like, taking it personally is one option. The other option 2, option B, whatever, would be to sit there and realize, okay, I didn't do anything wrong here. I'm just behind the counter and we're out of almond milk. That's not my fault. But this person's clearly upset and it definitely is way too intense to be about almond milk. So there must be something else going on. Something must have happened. I have no idea. I don't know this person's story standing in front of me. I just know that they got really mad over something so tiny like fucking almond milk. Something deeper is going on here. So with me understanding that, I could try to be more empathetic and more compassionate towards them instead. And guys, I fall short from this too. I fall into situations where somebody's an asshole to me and I'm an asshole back. And that's shitty. That's shitty. I hate that I've done that. I hate that I'm sitting here admitting that to you, but it's the truth. I've done it. I will probably do it again because I'm a human and I make mistakes. But one of the things that I'm really, really working on personally is trying to give compassion and empathy towards anybody who treats me like an asshole. Like, especially strangers, because if a stranger is doing it to you, you don't know this person, then it's not about you. Their asshole behaviors are not about you. They're about something else going on inside of them, and it's just coming out, and you just happen to be in the way of where it's coming out. Another example is, let me just give you a couple examples with me and Monish, my partner. So I love him to death. He is so amazing. And he has had to learn that when I am mad at a situation and I'm venting about it, I will fucking yell, I will scream, I will talk aggressively. And this has nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. Let's say I just sat in Houston's shitty ass traffic for 30 minutes trying to only go 2 miles. Any of y'all who live in Houston, y'all know this struggle. It's the fucking worst. And so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I come home and I am mad because this motherfucker cut me off. I couldn't get over. I was sitting. I was stalled. Like, this was just terrible. And I come home and now I'm angry. I'm angry about the situation. And so I want to vent about it to Monish. And so I'm getting loud. I'm getting aggressive. I'm like throwing my hands up. I'm like punching the couch. I don't know. I wouldn't get that mad over traffic. Maybe I would. Maybe I should take that back. But the point is, I'm not mad at Monish, but when I'm talking about the situation, it is riling me up. It is reminding me, it is bringing that aggression and that anger out of me. And unfortunately, he's right there in front of me, so it's going directly towards him. So what Monish has had to do is he's had to learn, okay, Bailey's venting, Bailey's mad, Bailey's upset about something. It doesn't have to do with me. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not going to take this on. This anger of hers is not mine. So I'm going to put up my wall here and know that she's saying all this stuff, but I'm not taking this in. I'm not absorbing this. I'm not taking in the anger. I'm just here to hold some space so she can let the steam out. Because if she doesn't let it out, she'll fucking blow her top for no goddamn reason later. Because that will be the case. Not going to lie. That will 100% be the case. But he's had to learn, guys. He's had to learn not to take it personally because it has nothing to do with him. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. But he, like I said, he is so amazing because he's done that for me. He's sat there and realized, and we've had conversations multiple times in the past for him to truly, fully understand that this anger, it's not for him. It's not meant for him. But if I don't get it out of me, it will come out on him for some minor stupid bullshit that he doesn't deserve. So he's had to sit back and analyze and work on not taking on these things. Just like with strangers, guys, I think all of us could do a little bit of work, just a little bit. Maybe some of us more than others, but at least a little bit of work on trying not to let other people's attitudes affect us, because you don't know what this person who's angry right now in front of you, like this server, this person handing you your coffee, the cashier at Walmart or HEB, you don't know what's making them angry. And fighting fire with fire never works. It never works. But instead, if you sit down, if you take a quick moment and you think, okay, this isn't about me, this is something bigger, and you give them back empathy or kindness or compassion against the anger or frustration or, whatever it is, that negativity coming towards you, you just might turn that person's day around, number one. But number two, you can leave that situation and feel good about yourself that, man, that person was ugly towards me, but I wasn't ugly back. I was nice. I was kind, or I just didn't react. And any of those is a win. Y'all, that's a fucking win. When somebody is mean to you or ugly towards you, whether intentional or not, and you don't respond with the same ugliness or meanness, and instead you just are kind or compassionate or empathetic, that is a fucking win. That is a win. And you need to take those little wins and celebrate them and do them more and collect more of these wins until it becomes a habit. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to make this a habit. I got into a really bad state of mind back in October, a little bit of September, even this summer. I've just had a lot of ups and downs this year, super, super high ups, super, super, super low downs. And I lost myself a little bit along the way. I really did. So I am working on not letting other people affect me and showing up with more kindness and compassion and empathy, because that's the person I want to be. I want to be known as the person who didn't fight fire with fire. I fought fire with love, with chocolate. I don't know. What else with light? Light? Would that work? Would that put out fire? I don't know. I should have looked up an analogy for you guys. Sorry about that. That was not a great analogy. But you get the gist. Like, that is what I'm working on for me. And I hope hearing this will inspire that for you. And even if you've already heard this before, just use this as a gentle reminder that, hey, life is hard. We're all going through shit. Let's not make each other's lives harder. What can we do to add a little more love and light in this world. All right, so just a quick heads up, I'm no longer doing the What a Weirdo segment. We are getting towards the end of the year. There will only be 2 more episodes in 2022 because, oh my God, 2022 is almost over. This is wild. So if you want to send in your submissions, you're still more than welcome to, but I'm not going to put them out. I'm not going to do anything with them. We're actually going to change up the segment for next year in season 4 for 2023. I will tell you all about that later on, either at the end of this year. I might just wait until the first episode next year. Who knows? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. But just know that in next episode, which will be in December 2022, we are going to discuss sobriety and bipolar disorder and why that is the way to go. So within this next episode, I'm going to go into detail about when I gave up alcohol, why I initially chose to give up alcohol, and why I won't go back. Because I won't. I really won't. I promise you guys. So I've been sober for almost 4 years now, and I just really can't wait to tell you all about how it's seriously been one of the best decisions I have ever made in my entire life. And I've made some really good decisions. I've also made some really bad ones. But this, I promise you, is one of the best decisions I have ever made. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. Real quick, I wanted to just say thank you for tuning into the show. I appreciate your continued support and that you keep showing up week after week, episode after episode to tune in. And I love that you guys are showing up for me. I am working better on showing up for you guys. Again, 2023 with the new season, I've got a lot more plans and I'm going to work on being a lot better about executing my plans. So I appreciate y'all's patience and obviously, of course, your continued support. Speaking of support, if you want to support the podcast by a monetary donation, you can head on over to whatisheybales.com/support the show. Y'all, anything helps. I do this for free. I do this in my own time. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I love it. But sometimes I have to prioritize other things because I don't get paid from this. So if you guys want to buy me a coffee or send over $20 so I can fill up my gas tank, whatever you guys want to do, I would truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So, with that said, be sure to follow the show on Instagram at DistressedToJoyful_Baileys and head on over to whatisheybales.com to check out the show notes from today's episode. Oh, and really important, guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave your girl a review, most specifically on Apple Podcasts. So I'm going to do again like I did last year where I give all y'all shout outs for all of the reviews that y'all have left me for this past year. I'm also going to bring up all of those adorable anonymous little love notes that y'all sent in for the podcast contest I submitted earlier this year. I didn't win, unfortunately. That's okay. But I do have access to all of y'all's love notes and I'm going to give y'all shout outs. Those are anonymous, but when it comes to the reviews, I'm going to shout you guys out too because I wouldn't be here still doing this in this chair right now if it weren't for y'all. If y'all didn't show up, I wouldn't be coming. So again, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, please leave your girl a review. I would really, really appreciate it. Help me help you. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe to stay up to date with all of the new episode releases. But until next time, take it easy, stay grateful, and be joyful. Bye!